Ladies and gentlemen, hello flight simmers, welcome back to the A350 once more. We are taking this newest release to Microsoft Flight Sim on a spin, this time not the 900 but instead the 1000 version, in the Cathay Pacific colors from Hong Kong down to Perth, which is around a 7-hour flight. And I figured this one is a nice, decent step up in terms of flight time. Compared to the just 1 hour and 40 minutes we had on the initial flight, but it is still miles away from the maximum performance of this aircraft. We will look at the OFP in just a second, but I can tell you that much: we are still around like 90 tons shy of max takeoff weight, so not even close to maxing out the performance of this beast. But very much looking forward now to fly the 1000, and I've been setting up this aircraft just minutes before starting the video, and it's really cool that we can just have so many different options through the EFB. So for example, this aircraft is a little bit older than the Turkish Airlines we had on the last one, so now we have the old winglet types, which I believe are being featured on this aircraft. Also, we have a bit of weathering on here, which we can see down here. From the windows and the doors, a little bit of dirt stains, really cool feature as well. And yeah, so I'm quite curious how this one performs. There has been an update in the meantime, so this is now running on the A350. I think it's 101 release, which actually apparently, at least according to the changelog, fixed a lot of issues we found on the first flight, and this actually made me quite happy. First of all, because they released an update really fast, and second of all, the stuff I noticed on the first flight is actually or has been bugs and stuff, so it is now fixed, and gives me the good feeling that I caught the right issues in a way. And yeah, so that's that for an introduction. I don't want to make this one too long. I think we would just get into the beautiful flight deck and kick things off. So first of all, before we start here, you may have noticed already, we are now in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. I am running the Sim Update 1 beta, so I really hope in terms of stability this flight is going to be okay. To be fair, I have not done a whole lot of flights in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 yet, but I wanted to be in the sim because there's a few things which we have in here which are missing in the 2020 version. Oh, this is very laggy already. One of them is the data room, which is so cool. I mean, I've never seen an aircraft before in the sim where this is actually modeled. So you can climb down here. Now you're in essentially just in front of the cargo hold, and look at this. It looks like a data warehouse or something. All these systems here. It's crazy. Just mind-blowing. And then up here, I believe, yeah, it's probably the nose gear below this one. And then there's another door here, and if you would, I think it's not modeled, but if you would go through here, you are right into the cargo hold, just to give you an idea where we are. But this is fascinating. This is really cool. And then of course, coming back, oh, that was a bit messed up. Back into the flight deck. This is closed. Then we can move out here. Oh, this is really laggy here. And then we also have a properly modeled cabin now in 2024, which is also kind of fancy. Look at this. Makes me want to just sit down here and enjoy the flight, really. And also, I believe there should be the crew. Where is it? The crew rest area. Oh yeah, here. So it's this door. There's a seat. Oh, that's really laggy, and some beds. And I think that's just for the cockpit crew. Further aft in the aircraft, there's a much larger crew rest area for the cabin crew. So it's really cool that we get it gives us a much better sense of like space and everything, moving through the cabin and figuring or seeing all these locations. Right, so I started out on the like being on ground power config. Now the boarding is going on. we will come up here and make sure that the IRSs are being aligned. And let's see, this is auto off, this needs to be on one system, and this can come auto as well, I believe. Non-smoking needs to be on, and emergency lights armed. I think that's fine for the time being. Right. So, it seems like GSX is not actually changing the passengers in here. So what I've done, I've imported from SimBrief, and now I'm just gonna move ahead and set fuel 51.3 tons. And set zero fuel weight as well. 302 passengers. That's set, should be. Right. Yeah, what I really like on this one, that was not so on the other flight apparently, but in options, there's a whole list for like equipment and external stuff, and this is all being managed now by the livery which is installed, which is really cool. We can see, for example, while on the Turkish we had the new display type, this is the old one where sort of the framing is also in blue, where compared to the newer ones, this is a black. So small little details, and but this is really cool to have like these differences in here. Now I promised that we will look at the OFP. So we have a zero free weight 186.4 out of maximum 223. And look at this takeoff weight 237 out of a maximum 322. So still so far away from max takeoff weight. Cost index 200. It will take us 7 hours and 18 minutes to get down to Perth. And it will be nighttime landing. So that's also quite nice that we can figure or see the aircraft when it's turning dark later on. Other than that, I hope that charts work now. Yeah, this looks good. This looks good. Now that's the Lido charts. Which is sort of a whole different system, so I have no idea. Maybe I should switch around to Navigraph because I really don't know my way around this stuff. Maybe I even can't switch it around at all. Oh, okay. So that's gonna be interesting. I don't know these designations, so that's it's gonna be interesting to figure out. Anyhow, let's get started on the flight management system. We are on the current Iraq, which is a good thing, that's for sure. Let's go in it then. Company flight plan request. There we go. Cathay 171. 360 initially 200. 9.009er. Guess we can request the winds as well. Right. Let's see if we can get the departure ATIS for Hong Kong. Oh, nice. It's actually online, wherever this is coming from, probably VETSIM. Departures runway 07 right. Wind 090 at 9, visible 10. QNH 1013. Although I wonder if that's correct because I'm not running real time in the sim, and I hope that the wind is gonna be the same. I really hope. I really hope. Okay, let's try. So departure 07 right. And we are flying the Dalo 1 X-ray. There's the 1 Alpha. And there's the 1 X-ray, which is very similar, yet slightly different. Anyway, we will go with the 1 X-ray. That's fine. And then for the arrival, we will plan runway 21. ILS Zulu. Flying the Chulim 6 Alpha. Via none. Star, Chulim 6 Alpha. Okay, I think that's correct, hopefully. We'll find out eventually. Right, so that's for the flight plan. Back to init. And it's fuel and load. 186 your fuel weight, 28 block fuel, 51.4 PAX number. It's still not being updated, that's okay. We have 302. 302 like that. Alternate needs to be 2.8, 3.1. Let's leave the higher one. Yeah, we don't have extra, which I believe is probably due to step climbs, which are not calculated at this point. Okay, so that's that. So let's actually enter it according to the flight plan. So Subno we have 370. Subno 370. Then we have a quota back to 360. Oh, okay, so that's for flight direction. That's a little bit annoying. Anyhow, let's do it just for planning. I wonder if it fixes our fuel issue. Then we have Lulbu up to 38. 380. Then we have Elang 390. Elang 390. And then last but not least, Muni 400. Oh, I can't enter another one. Interesting. Let's see if this actually... Yeah, now we have a bit of extra. Nice. So that's it, the trick, and I think we can even climb higher than that later on. Right. Performance. Takeoff performance. Sync. Oh. Sync this one first. 07 right. Hong Kong. Sync this stuff. 230 at 6. Okay guys, so then I need to replan. Then actually, the ATIS we received, that's probably from VETSIM, that's real life, or real time. But since we are not flying real time, we have different winds. So we need to switch a few things here. Then it will be 25 left. Then it's the Dalo 1 Bravo. Then we have this discontinuity. Delete. And then let's see. Sync FMS. 25 left. Sync. Compute. Let's look at this in just a second. I want to start with the charts. Nice, there's all the ones on here. Okay, that's kind of cool. There's Dalo, that's the one we are flying. So what we are looking at is out heading 254, then hotel 421, minimum 205, onto Vetmu between 9,000 and 4,000 at 230, then 9,000 above, 120 below, 140 above. That's a lot of constraints. So that's 205, then 230, flight of a 990. Okay, so I think everything is correctly in here. Vetmu, what is Vetmu speed constraint? 230. Yeah, and then we're speeding up, alright. I think this looks good. At least I like it. Now, takeoff performance. So let's see, we have 157, 59, 65, flex 58. Maximum takeoff weight for the performance 323, so I believe we could go out at essentially 3, yeah, max takeoff weight, okay. Send to flight management system, confirm. Alright, nice. Let's get ready. Start the APU. Then, yeah, this was correct. 101. Or actually, it might not be now, since. Oh, it is still correct. 1013. That's okay. Constraints, traffic. So here's the airport map as well. I think on the first flight, actually I messed it up myself. I thought it was a bug, but I think when going for the rival airport for the runway BTB planning, I need to be on plan mode, which I forgot to switch. So I think this is all working correctly actually.
Hello, Captain. We are
So
ready for
APU
pushback.
bleeds, external power off. Coming in here, ground. Everything is closed. Toggle slide arming. GPU removed, chocks removed.
Departure checks completed. Bypass
Alrighty.
inserted.
Checklists. Before start, gear pins and covers removed. Fuel quantity 51.4. Takeoff data set. Barrier reference 1013. Doors closed. Park brake set. Beacons coming on right now. Checklist complete. Sweet. I really start to like all the way the sort of the system works, like navigating within the system. I think that's really, really cool. charts. 230, 205. We have a clean speed of 214. Tail left, if anything.
Release parking brakes, please.
Let's go.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Squawk 1000, but I think then we need to go into surveillance and actually go into auto TA only. Alright, we are moving. Yeah, so we can, what I was looking for, we can just do our normal cleanup after takeoff, so 230 is not a constraint for the clean speed. That's what I was looking for. Alright guys, firing up the Rolls Royces, starting with number 1. Number 1 is available, starting number 2.
Please set parking brakes.
Alright, 2 good engine starts. Starter back to normal. APU bleed off. APU master switch off. Anti-ice not required. Brake RTO. This comes to ARM. Flaps 1 plus F. Trim is auto set already.
Unlocking
Flight
gear.
controls. Full left. Full right. Full up. Full down. Rudder. Full left. Full right. After start checklist.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Anti-ice not required. Everything else is set.
Left
Check
is
is
clear.
complete.
Right is clear.
Beautiful. So very easy and quick taxi. Just out here, and then it's runway 25 left already. Right there. So that's easy. Let's do taxi lights and no mobile devices as well, I believe. Park and brake off. And off we go. Let's see, are we picking up speed? Yeah, a little bit. Because we're still very light. Since the taxi is very short, let's move ahead with our flows. TO config, that's normal. And let's assume we are, yeah, runway's just there. So we are cleared for takeoff. Strobes, landing light, takeoff. Signs are on before, sorry, surveillance. TARA. Checklist before takeoff. Flight control checked. Flight instrument checked. Briefing confirmed. Flaps 1 plus F. V-speeds are inserted. Squawk code is set. Takeoff runway 25 left is identified. Cabin crew advised. Packs are on, and this was something that's been fixed. Early on it was blue, and now it's correctly labeled as it should be. Right. That's that. Oh, that's the one I haven't said, have I? Let's just go something generic for now. 10,000. Right. It does look like there's a whole lot of humidity out there, so it's going to be interesting to see if there's condensation happening in the engine inlet when we apply takeoff thrust. Is the approach free? I hope so. Let's get this one back to normal mode. I can tilt my camera upwards a little bit. That looks better. Okay, it's a long aircraft. Alright folks, are you ready? First flight in the A350-1000. Departing Hong Kong, that one should be nice. Yeah, that was a good lineup. Yeah, that one was not too bad. Alright folks, let's go. Coming up. Man flags 58, SS runway, auto thrust blue. So let's see. Oh, it's so laggy. Oh no, there's no condensation, okay. Camera switches are terribly laggy. Yeah, nice acceleration. 100 knots. Yeah, much longer takeoff run compared to the other flight we did. I like the sounds of the Rolls-Royce.
V1.
Rotate. Careful since it's a long aircraft, but we are airborne already. Easy peasy. Gears coming up. Nice, look at this. Ah, there's a little bit of an effect going on. Oh. Climb power. Let's focus on flying. Don't want to stall the aircraft. Beautiful. It handles nicely. It's very solid. It's not jumping around at all. the taxi lights, spoilers. Oh, I hate that it goes back there. Oh, I'm messing up the departure. This time I want to get right. I messed it up in the 777 Lufthansa cargo flight I did recently. Just remembering right now. Alright, so for the 205 knots, although I think it's a minimum requirement actually. We're gonna stay on our flap setting. I can actually try to run it to the auto retraction today, which will happen there at 220 knots. Yeah, now speeding up to 230. Let's go autopilot. Speed is jumping around a little bit, and now hitting 220, we should see the flaps coming up. Yeah, there we go. Flaps up. Nice. Yeah, but since we're well above the clean speed, we can also retract the sleds. There we go. Nice. Look at this, what a beautiful aircraft. Really, really nice. Okay, so we're starting out at flight level 360, so this is coming all the way up. This is also really cool. It's our vertical profile, which is now updated. So you can see at 10,000 we accelerate, and then it gets a bit shallower, which is makes a lot of sense. Let's see, was there another altitude constraint? So that's 9,000 above, 12,000 below. Ah, that's why we are only climbing very shallow here. There's the constraint, but I guess we can clear it out. Although it's not, it's actually not really coming to effect a lot, I think. So flight level 117, yeah, so we are not even gonna be at flight level 120, so that's fine. And then there's flight level 13, oh that's interesting, Sutva, flight level 140 or above. And this one we're actually not gonna make. That's why it's not magenta, but yellow. That's very interesting. Let's go standard. Hitting 10,000. Landing lights, mobile devices I guess can come off. And after takeoff checklist we need to run, of course. Everything is green, set to standard. Nice. Alright guys, so we are on our way to Perth. 7 hours to get there, and yeah, that was a nice departure. Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 looking beautiful in the aircraft especially. So let's hope for an equally nice arrival into Perth later on. Enjoy the cruise and catch you later. Hey folks, welcome back. We are approaching Perth. As you can see, it's a whole lot of darkness around, and then back there's the lights of Perth greeting us from the distance. Look at this, look at the Milky Way. Holy cow, that looks impressive. Right, so yeah, we have made it that far, which is a good thing. I really haven't done much of long-haul operations in 2024 yet, but this seems to be working rather smooth. So let's see how performance is when airport and everything loads in, but up to this point really well. So we will approach Perth from the north, which is very convenient by our routing, so it's essentially straight in, almost straight in from here. That's the weather we have, 200 at 9. Which means we're gonna land runway at 21, 22 degrees, 1017, landing weight 195 tons, which is well below maximum landing weight. For that reason, I think we can do config 3. Note, however, that here on the EFB the approach speed does not change. Now it does. Are you kidding me? I tried it several times before and it honestly did not change. Yeah, see right now, so now we're back to config 3. No, it won't jump up again. So it's a little bit buggy. So now we have the wrong one in there, but we have the correct one in here. Yeah, transitions 11,000. That's coming up. So let's go 1017, which is local. Keep on descending. So we will check this one. Check this complete approach. 9 out 7 with 1 knot crosswind, barrel 250, config 3. Now it's 141. Why is it so different? It was like 149 before. It's driving me crazy. I feel like this is quite slow, to be honest. 138, 141. Okay, yeah, whatever. And it's 141, I guess. 141, I guess. Right. What else? Charts don't work. That's something I noticed. For some reason, I'm stuck on the Hong Kong chart. I cannot, by clicking anything, get the charts of Perth. Really annoying. So that's something that needs to be fixed. But we have the charts over here, of course. Essentially, what we will do now is we basically fly straight into Hague, which is the initial approach fix, and then it's just straight a normal ILS approach into runway 21. It's the ILS Zulu. Go around altitude will be 3,000. Check to 2,000. Not before 0.6. Turn left, track 170. Climb through this one. Okay. Right, then we will vacate a Charlie 9er, which we will set up in the BTV. So let's do this right now. On the first flight I did it wrong in a way that I forgot to go to plan mode. That's why I couldn't set it up. But now I know better, of course. Going to zoom. We're hitting 10,000. Landing light. There's the airfield, that looks good. Runway 21 is selected. And then Alpha, that's really far out, wait. How do I, there we go. I first need to select the runway or something, right? Set landing runway. Ah, that's annoying. I thought it's yeah, so here's the wet. That's why we select Charlie 9er. Landing. Try 6. Ah, that's why. Charlie 9 is the way I need to select this exit. Set BTV exit. Gotcha. BTV is armed. Cool, there we go. So that's selected. Beautiful. Back to arc. Let's see. It should not be too many miles to go now. Coming down to 8,000. Next up will be the landing checklists. Okay. Let's see how the landing works. Landing flap 3. I've done the same on the first flight with the Turkish Airlines A350. I wonder if we ever get to a situation where we really need to do full flap. Seems like the A350 is very capable for short field landings. Sorry. Even here, affected landing is just 1.5 kilometers, which is not a lot, really. That's not a whole lot. Right, landing system. Also, it will be interesting to see this time will we have the correct identifier. It seems like 109.5 is actually correct. And also something I noticed on the first flight is that we were not able to set the frequency because the second decimal did not work. So we only could use the identifier, but now apparently this is also fixed. So that's also something we noted on the first flight. But now with the 109.5 tuned, yeah, that is identified already. Sweet. Terrain radar over here is going a little bit crazy. And yeah, Perth, one of these airports which I had the scenery back from P3D, and they provided a free upgrade for the Microsoft Flight Sim platform, which is really cool. I love these developers who are doing that. But it's one of those airfields which I hardly ever use. Honestly, I think in my entire time in flight simming I've done like one flight into Perth and that's it. Let's see, I expect now with the darkness here that performance is going to be alright. I checked out the airport earlier on. It's not exactly the highest quality of add-on airports. So given that it should be quite alright in terms of performance. Okay, everything's looking good. We just need to cruise in there and do our landing. Alright, hitting deceleration, 14 miles to go. That's a pretty good time for flap 1. Also very cool. Now on the A350 we have something, I think it's called auto extend. Remember back from the A320 or A330 you would select 1 and then the next step would be flaps 2. But now hitting a certain speed it will go, there it goes, automatically set flap 1 or 1 plus F, and then we can select flap 2 manually if we want, which since we are hitting the glide slope pretty soon, it's actually a good point in time to do that. We need to keep descending, otherwise that's gonna be a bit tricky. In terms of profile, apparently we are a little bit below, but I don't want to risk it and miss the glide slope. Airport elevation is just 60 feet, so that's essentially sea level. And now we should get the glide slope. There it is. 3000 is set for the go-round altitude.
2,500.
Alright, let's make sure. Yeah, let's do wing lights just for the looks of it. Taxi lights. No more Mobile devices, quickly check from the outside. Should look rather nice. Beautiful. Alright, gear down. Now they also modified that nose gear sound a little bit. It was very loud with wind track before, but now they modified it a bit much better. And then just arm, and this should complete the landing checklist. Cabin crew, auto thrust on speed, auto brake, BTV, runway, condition, stride, checklist complete. Beautiful. Whoa! What just happened? What? Okay. Okay, I'm not sure what happened there. It seems like there was some input being piled up in the background. Wow, that I'm impressed. I think we recovered quite nicely here.
1000.
Yeah, auto thrust speed. I like it for now. I think going forward we will also do some landings with manual thrust just to get a better feel for the aircraft. But for now I think it's good to have auto thrust on. And now let's see if we can make it a good one. I'm impressed that we're right on profile after this massive hiccup.
$500.
Let's see, I felt like the 900 version was quite floaty. Just needed a little bit of input for a good flare. Let's see how the 1000 performs, but I will try not to flare too early.
100 above 200. Minimum.
Continue.
100.
A little bit
50.
higher.
40.
Right slow.
30. 20. 10.
There we go. That was pretty nice, I believe. Reverse. Reverse green, decel. Waiting for BTV. It's just so nice not having to worry about where to exit. Okay, idle forward. Manual braking.
Brake off.
Cool. Not too bad. Not too bad. I kind of like that one. This is not a high-speed exit, so we need to slow down. Nice, welcome to Perth, ladies and gentlemen. Touchdown rate 257, yeah, okay. I take it. Still not the kind of cruiser I'm looking for, but absolutely okay. And I have to say, I'm impressed by the performance. Always something I hated back in Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 with the bad performance after a long flight, but here right now it seems to be fairly alright. Okay, now we just need to take another left-hand turn, and then we'll select the stand as well. Look at this, Cathay 380. Where's our stand? I think down there, if I'm not mistaken. Right, I wanted to check how to do a single engine taxi, and I haven't checked it before. But you know what? We will just give it a try. We need hydraulics, and then we will just kill number 2. And then we will simply see. Well, where's my stand now? I'm getting lost here. 150, what I've selected, 153 I believe. Ah yeah, okay, there it is. Okay, so I believe we don't need to switch on any electric pump since the yellow system is still pressurized by the electric pump. So I believe it's as simple as just killing one engine, but I need to look it up as well to make sure we're doing it correct. And now, of course, we're losing a bit of power for taxi. Let's kill the taxi light, and then it's just the final turn. There's no docking system, so we have to trust the marshaller. A little bit more power. Oh, it's quite far, isn't it? But it I guess makes sense, I hope. Oh, it's getting quite. Let's leave it a little bit short. I mean, we're almost running into the terminal. Right, park brake. Killing number 1. A pupil lead. Nice. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to hit the fuel pumps, of course. Like that. And then beacons. Mobile devices and seatbelts like that. Right, this is coming to standby. Where's our dome light? That's what I'm looking for. Checklist. Oh, after landing. Always forget this one. And parking. External light set, park brake set, transponder standby. Sweet, that's it. Let's get to ground. Ask for deboarding.
Deboarding requested.
And let's get the chocks and the GPU. Oh yeah, we went way above the hold bars there, but it's alright. I think we didn't break anything other than the jetway is ruining my Rolls-Royce engine, but alright. Okay. Alrighty guys, so that's it. We've made it to Perth. As I mentioned before, not exactly the highest quality of add-on airports here, but it'll do for today. And I have to say I'm rather happy with this flight. I am impressed by how quickly they managed to get the first update out, and this fixed a number of things which bothered me on the first flight. And if they keep bringing updates, I think very soon this will be a really good airliner. And it's fun to fly. I think it's it performs well. You can really feel that it's a very modern airliner. It does a lot of work for you. Yet it's also cool to operate all these systems and use the EFB especially and that kind of stuff. So I think it's fun to fly. I'm looking forward to do more long-haul flights with the A350. And yeah, once again we're gonna crank up the flight distance. So next time we are pretty much up to decent long haul, I would say. While today it was just a warm up on the long haul game. And yeah, let me know guys what kind of routes you would like to see. You have left a lot of good recommendations already on the on my Discord, which I really love to read, and I will do some of them going forward. But if you have any other routes in mind, let me know. And with that, we will leave it here in Perth. Good night, and I will catch you on the next one. Cheers, everybody.